Prabhuji.
Please start. Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. Dr. Rameshwar Naik Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita, followed by Srila Prabhupada's quote. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj की जय. His Grace शिक्षा गुरु रूपविलास प्रभु की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Namamrita. A name which represents an object of this material world may be subjected to arrangements and experimental knowledge, but in absolute word, a name and its owner, fame and the famous are identical. And similarly, the qualities, pastimes, and everything else pertaining to the absolute are also absolute. Although Mayavadis profess monism, they differentiate between the holy name of the Supreme Lord and the Lord Himself. For this offense of Nama Prada, they gradually glide down to. Just scroll up, please. They gradually slide down from their exalted position of Brahma Jnana as confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.32. Hare Krishna. आरुह्यकर्चनं परम पदम ततः पतन्ति अधो नादत्र यशोमद anagrahya. Although by severe austerities, by rise to the exalted position of Brahmana Dhyana, they nevertheless fall down due to the imperfect knowledge of the absolute truth. Although they profess to understand the Vedic mantra, Sarvam Kalva Idam Brahma, everything is the Brahman, they are unable to understand that the holy name is also Brahmana. If they regularly chant Mahamantra, however, they can be relieved from this misconception. Unless one properly takes shelter of the holy name, he cannot be relieved from the offensive stage in the chanting of the holy name. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.74. Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada quote, 7th October. In your country, the dog is protected and the cow is killed. The dog is passing stool and urine in the street. He is considered the best friend of man, and the cow is all pure stool, urine, and milk, but they are taken to the slaughterhouse and killed for food. What kind of a civilization is this? Letter to Rupanuga, December 7th, 1975. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधारास बिहारी भगवान की जय. ललिता सखी विशाखा माता की जय. गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय. ललिता सखी विशाखा माता की जय. सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय. गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय. संवेद भक्ति वृंद की ने. हिज होलीनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. There are many people who thinks themselves that they are doing great bhakti. But unless and until one doesn't come in contact with the pure devotees, like Lord says that if you want to know Bhagavad Gita, you should know under only my devotee and my friend can understand. Similarly, Lord's name, which is non-different from Krishna, there are many, many people. There are Nastikvadi people, Shunyavadi people, then Mayavadi people, then there are Upadharma people. This entire Kali Yuga is filled with such types of people. Huh? Mayavadi, Shunyavadi, that is called as Buddhism. Mayavadi is called Shankaravacharya. Then Nastikvadi people. And there are what we called as Upadharma people. So many Upadharmas are there, like Jainism, or you can say this thing, apna Swaminarayan Dharma, then Brahma Kumari Dharma. Many, many are there which are called Upadharmas. They are not the real dharmas. So we have to understand one thing, that unless and until one doesn't come under the contact of a pure devotee, one will never ever understand what is the meaning of how the name is absolute and the main name is non-different from Krishna. One has to first chant the holy name, huh, offenselessly, then he will realize the potency of the holy name. Otherwise, he will never ever understand what is the holy name. And that's why the remedy for all these people, whether you call Nastikvadi, Shunyavadi, Mayavadi, or Udharmas, first of all, we have to chant the holy name and make them to realize anything if you say to them about, philosophy, it will only get arguments. First, the mind has to be cleaned, and the mind can only be cleaned by chanting of holy name. If he somehow takes the holy name, then other things can be understood. Otherwise, it's not possible for them to make them realize, because Lord says clearly, only my devotee can understand all these things. Nobody else. So first he has to surrender. He will never surrender because he himself wants to become God. He wants to become a competitor of God. So how can he be surrendered? Huh? One has to understand his constitutional position, that we are dasanudas. Mamevansha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. As far as Prabhupada's today's code is concerned, it is Kali Yuga. Cows have to be worshipped, but it is very, very unfortunate that when the Britishers came, they tried to introduce their way of life. And they first of all destroyed a Vedic culture where cow was there in every house. Milk, cow milk was the first ingredient. But because of the invasion of the foreigners, our entire Vedic culture was destroyed. Huh? And instead of the cow, the dogs were replaced and cow milk tea was replaced. And we become addicted. So this is what we called as Asura civilization, not a Vedic civilization. But we thanks to Srila Prabhupada and all our previous acharyas that they have made us understand that we are spirit soul, we are part and parcel of the Lord, and to lovingly serve the Lord is our prime duty. And we have to follow Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Huh? Yo Shastra Vidhi Utsarja Vartate Kamakarata Na Siddhim Na Sukham Na Param Gatim. He will never get Siddhi, Sukha, or Param Gati if we leave the basis of Shastra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shil Prabhupada ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai, Samveta Bhakta Vrinda